Hey there. Today, what I want to talk to you about is that question of where is your focus? Might seem like such a very simple, small question, but a lot of people don't pay attention to that because they're thinking about the hundred things they need to do. Or what if this person doesn't like this? Or what if so and so's mad at me because I said no to something? Or I got to get this urgent fire out. Meanwhile, you're ignoring something that is more important and needs your time and attention more. Because the thing is, there's always trade offs, there's always choices. And there are way more things that can steal your time and your attention if you are not intentional about it. Like there are so many things you can do, even really good things. And when we're not clear on the things that do matter or what should get your focus, it's very easy to get pulled in many different directions or feel overwhelmed and not clear where to put your time and attention. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about today, and also what to do with the shoulds and what can help with that. And there's two reasons why this is on my mind today. First off, because as I shared in last week's email, I am hosting a 6-week small group coaching program that starts May 4th to June 12th. And this is if you are struggling with working more than you want to, or overcommitting, or feeling overwhelmed with it all, this is for you. And if you do want more balance, to feel more balance in your life, if that's what you want. Now, I sent out all the details last week. It's linked to in this email. Two little things that I have changed since then, if you looked at it, is one, I put a title on it, Balance Your Life Refocus, which is really, this is, I mean, it's not going to fix everything in 6 weeks or change everything, but it is intended to get you to refocus, to get you to start to get back in the driver's seat and take back control of your days and focus on what really matters and feel more in control of your days so that you make some meaningful changes with me by your side, supporting you through that, helping with the doubts and the figuring out what works for you, and aligning your actions with your values, boundaries, priorities, and figuring that all out, but then also taking action and making that change. So that you are in a different place than when we started. And even going into the summer, you feel more empowered to protect your time and your energy. So the second change I made is I changed it from 8 spots to 6 spots. My intuition, like I went back and looked at past group programs. This is shorter. This is a more focused effort to make a change. And 6 is really, I've found the ideal space. So everybody gets a personalized support, but you also get to connect with others. So go read those details. If it feels aligned for you or you have a question on your mind, just send me a note and we will go from there. Okay, and the second reason that where's your focus is on my mind is this past week. My week did not go the way I expected. On Monday, late Sunday night, Monday morning, my father had a heart attack. He's okay. He had a heart attack and he was rushed by ambulance into the city and was in the hospital till Friday. Got a procedure they needed. He's got a stent put in and the blockage is fixed. And he's doing well. And he got out on Friday. My whole week, not my whole week, but a good chunk of my week was being there at the hospital, hanging out with him. And so that's what my mornings were and evenings were. And then I'd have some time in the afternoon. And an interesting thing that I noticed, because I still had those thoughts come up that I should be doing more. I should be doing more work, because he was okay. He was in the hospital. He was okay. And so I didn't have to be there. I chose to be there. But I still had those thoughts come up of I'm not doing enough. I'm slacking on work. And I had to catch myself and really, where was my focus? And for me, one of my values is being present with people, but also for the moments that matter. And so I noticed I was going through the week kind of being hard on myself that I wasn't doing more on the work front, but also I was framing it in a way of like, oh, this week was just a write off. And I had to catch myself and be like, no, it wasn't a write off. I did my most important, above all else, above work, above anything else. My most important is being there for people when it matters. And that's what I did. I was there. Luckily, it was a week where it was easier for me to move things around. I didn't have a speaking event on the calendar, so it was easier to navigate that. But it was something that my focus was on the wrong, not my actions. I was showing up, but I was focused on, "Oh, I'm doing something wrong, or I should be doing more." And I had to catch myself and go, no, this is what matters. This is why I'm making that choice. Where I think a few years ago, those thoughts would have still come up, but then I would have not made the choices that were right for me. Whether it's being more focused in your work, whether it's being more focused in your personal life, or both, whatever it is that will help you to feel more balanced in your life and your days, just knowing that we all have unhelpful thoughts that go through our head. The key is that you can notice it and go, okay, even though I might doubt this, or even though I might not be thinking about this in the best way, is making those choices that are right for you. And that's the thing, when you are clear on your values and your boundaries and priorities, that's great. And then you need to start taking some action to align your day to day with that. And those thoughts will come up of like, oh, what if somebody doesn't like what I'm saying? Or, yeah, I'm doing something wrong. I'm saying no. But also know that those thoughts will come up. And then if you're clear on it, go, okay, even though I might feel this way, even though I might feel guilty, even though I might have those unhelpful thoughts, are you making a choice that is right for you? And when you ask yourself that question every day and throughout your day, is where's your focus? That can help you get back in tune with, are you focused on the things that matter more? Like when you're clear on your most important value, that will help guide your choice. And an interesting thing, and I've said this before, we experience the most internal conflict when we have two values at odds. But when you know what matters most, your number one above all else, that can guide your choices in those harder moments. When you are clear on your boundaries to protect your time and your energy and your capacity and mental peace, when you're clearer on that, it is then going, okay, am I focused on the right things? Am I focused on, when you are at work, you're focused on work. When you leave and you go home, are you focused at home? It's not perfect. Our minds still wander, of course, but paying attention to where is your focus. And then your priorities, actually where you spend your time and your energy on and your effort. Are you just being pulled in so many different directions and urgent requests that aren't really moving the needle, that don't really align with what matters more? Or are you focused on, these are the things that matter most? And that's last week, is like, I still move forward the things that had a harder deadline or mattered most, but I let go of a lot of other things because even though they were good things, they were not more important. And so we got to start getting clear, not just here's my list of 10 for the week. It's like, what are the top 1, 2, 3 things? And when life gets busier or harder, more hectic, that's where we want to put our time and attention on more. When we spread our attention across so many things, it's like we're not really present. We don't really move things forward. We just make these small little steps. But when you can start to be more focused, this is what I want and this is where I'm going, and take steps toward that, you are going to make more meaningful progress and move the needle on the things that matter. And then again, when you have that tougher choice to make, you can feel better about the choice you're making. And so when I got to the end of the week, it's like, okay, I feel good how the week went, because I did, in the grand scheme of things, I made those choices for the things that matter more. One thing that, like I said, that came up is I should be doing this. I should be doing more work. And I thought about how I learned this a while ago from someone, I cannot remember their name. The shoulds. We hear a lot, don't let the shoulds bother you or whatever. But in my head, I'm a very literal person. And I'm like, well, there's a lot of things I should do. I should brush my teeth. I should be patient with my kids. I should, shower once in a while. I shower more than that. But my point is there are shoulds that are good for us to do. I should focus on the right things. The shoulds that bother, so how do you know which ones? The ones that bother you, the ones that make you feel like I'm doing something wrong. That's actually a cue, not that you're doing something wrong, that it is misaligned with your values. So that for me, when it came up, it's like, I should be doing this, and it was bothering me. And I could just look at it and go, oh, this is misaligned with my values, because this is where my focus should be that is aligned for me. And if I go and I'm not at the hospital and do other things, I'm not going to feel aligned with my values. So that's what I want to offer you is how do you kind of discern what shoulds to pay attention to, the ones that bother you, the ones that bug you, and that's going to be different for different people. Instead of thinking you're doing something wrong, use that as a cue to go, okay, it's not aligned with your values. All right. And then the last thing that I want to leave you with is a very simple question that can help you throughout your day. So, one, it's getting clear on where to focus and those things that do really matter. But then in your day to day, again, our attention can get pulled. We can start doing something that really isn't important next to the other thing. Asking yourself when you notice you're distracted, when you notice that your mind is wandering, or maybe you're not doing the thing you're supposed to be doing, what matters most right now? Even if you have like a choice where to spend your time and attention, what matters most right now? That right now brings you back to the present moment. So if you're like working on something, you're feeling overwhelmed, thinking about the 100 things you need to do, what matters most right now? That brings your attention back to the present moment. If you're trying to get the kids out the door in the morning and you're thinking about the meeting you have coming up, what matters most right now? Oh, get the kids out the door. Focus your attention there. Even if you have to do it like 100 times in your day, but that helps you focus. That helps bring your attention back to the present moment. I use that question so many times through my day. Even when I was like getting in those shoulds and worrying about things like what matters most right now. And there was a point on Wednesday afternoon where he was done his procedure. He was doing great. He was at the hospital. I was at home, and he was maybe getting a little tired of me visiting. And so I had a good couple hours of time that, I can go move my most important work item. It wasn't urgent, there wasn't a deadline, but I could go do that. And I found that, I actually really just need some space for me without my kids around, without being there for other people. And so I chose in that moment, instead of doing the most important work, to go, okay, I just got to give myself a little bit of space. It's been a heavier week, and, it brings up other things and grief and whatever else. And so I just gave myself that space. And then I had the shoulds. I should be doing, and, you learned where to focus and let it go. But also, again, I just want to share that it's not so black and white. It's not like we're very clear, like, here's my 1, 2, 3, and this is what I'll do no matter what. It comes with making those choices throughout your day. But when you are more in tune with your values, when you are more in tune with your needs and your boundaries and what truly matters in your personal life, in your work, it gets easier then to make those choices that you need. So that is what I want to share with you this week, and also leave you with a question to think about as you go through your day and your week is, where is your focus? Where is it? Start to pay more attention to it. And I bet you will find that, like, maybe my focus is not in the right direction. And that's the thing. Then you can shift it. Then you can move it. It's like a flashlight. If you're focused over here, oh my gosh, I got to do all these things. You can bring your attention back to the present moment. Or you can, stop the thing you're doing and go do the more important thing. That's what I talk about. And then if you do want to join us, there are still spots available. Send me a note. Read the details if you feel so aligned. I'd love to help you get to where you want to be.